Ladies and gentlemen, I have said for a long time, it does not take much to go to jail in America. America jails innocent people all the time. That's why there's something called exonerations. Every single year, we haven't gotten through 1 year without exonerations. And it goes back to what Officer Serrano said on Phil's channel, that these cops go out looking for 14 to 25-year-old black males to put in jail. And it's all about profit, ladies and gentlemen. They don't care about you. They don't care about innocent people going to jail. If America was really seriously interested in stopping so much innocent people going to jail, they would have came forward and put in all kinds of measures to make sure it didn't happen. They haven't done squat. They haven't done squat. And from day one, when the prison system went up, they were putting people there for all kinds of petty shit: vagrancy, loitering, unemployed. You didn't have a job, so you go to jail. You're not allowed to laugh out loud. He was too loud in public. He go to jail. That's the kind of stuff they did. That's why you see the same people that's the offspring of the ones that did that being petty out in public. Look at what they do. Walk up to you, start an altercation. I'm calling the police, and no crime even happened. Okay, the offspring is petty. So where do you think they got it from? Their petty ass forefathers that were willing to even lie to get you in there if they have to, and still do that. You wouldn't have so many innocent people in jail if folks weren't lying about what they did. That's why you see so much falsification going on with police reports. And these folks making these phone calls, aiding and abetting in your demise. All right, so this came out in Axios June 8th, 2019. Now, listen to all of these companies that are price gouging and just bilking all millions and billions of dollars out of the prison system. See, this is why America don't ever want to let prisons go. Number one, the cheap or free labor they get instead of doing the work themselves. Number two, so many of these Wall Streeters and companies and hedge fund companies are heavily invested in the prison system. So they are bilking all kinds of money out of it. But let's look at some of these companies that are just making huge, huge profits off of the misery of others, because that's the great old American way. Special report: profiting from prison. A handful of American businesses have their fingers in almost every aspect of prison life, raking in billions of dollars every year for products and services, often with little oversight. So they are just setting these astronomical price to whatever service they're providing and bilking the hell out of the system with very little oversight. Taxpayers, incarcerated people, and their families spend around $85 billion a year on public and private corrections facilities, bail, and prison services, according to the Prison Policy Initiative. For-profit prison companies arose in response to government incapacity to handle the skyrocketing incarcerated population. So pile you all in there, but don't have any way of having real control over it. Now entrenched, they've become one more hurdle to changing the American system of mass incarceration. Lauren Brooke Eisen of the Brennan Center for Justice told Axios. These companies also have been known to cut corners, sometimes endangering people in order to profit off a system that disproportionately impacts Blacks, impoverished, and marginalized people. Now, how do they make money? If inmates want to make money or their families want to call them, it's now a charge. It's a charge, an astronomical charge. So there's two companies, Sicaris or GTL. They are both privately owned and they charge outrageous fees for a damn phone call. $8.20 for the first minute. That's what they charge. And then it goes up from there. So every minute an inmate is on the phone with their families or the family calls the inmate, it's these astronomical surcharges. People in prison can also be charged extra to open and close phone accounts, plus a surcharge to fund them in the first place. That's outrageous. Okay. Oh, there's more services that do a lot of price gouging. Medical services, the largest private provider of medical services to prison is believed to be Horizon Health, operating in 220 facilities in 17 states and owned by a New York City hedge fund. So Horizon was paid $15.16 per incarcerated person per day for medical staffing in Arizona's prisons before being accused of cheating state monitors and losing the account to another private company. Food services. Well, they're going to do whatever they want. They're not really being monitored. So, two companies, Aramark and Trinity Services, provide meals in around 800 state and local facilities. The Michigan Department of Corrections awarded a $145 million contract to Aramark, then fired the company for everything from meal shortages, listen to this, to maggots in the kitchen, and replaced the company with Trinity at an annual cost of $158 million. That's per year. Problems persisted under Trinity, causing Michigan to abandon privatized food services in its kitchens. Maggots. Oh, that's nasty. Transportation services. Tennessee-based Prisoner Transportation Services is the largest provider of transportation for jails and prison. In 2016, PTS priced its services to Nevada at $1.05 per adult per mile. With higher rates for minors or those with mental disabilities, the minimum trip fees was $350. You're talking about per prisoner. In the past several years, 14 women claimed to have been sexually assaulted by transportation guards, and at least 4 people have died while being transported in PTS vehicles, per the Marshall Project. So, what these companies do is they all get contracts with the prison systems and they are making all unbelievable prices, and they went unregulated for a long time, and many of them still are. Incarcerated people and their families spend an estimate $1.6 billion dollars every year on commissary items such as toiletry, clothes, and games. While these items aren't generally marked up, people in prison make very little money to afford what they need. The Keefe Group and Bob Barker Company are two companies that specialize in producing secure items as well as supplying sell furniture, guard equipment, and supplies. So many of these for profit prison companies are now expanding well beyond the prison wall. They're running reentry programs intended to prepare people in prison for life after prison, providing ankle bracelets and other monitoring devices for parole and probation, and operating immigrant detention centers. Yes, the same people that own private prisons also own the immigrant detention centers too. A spokesperson for CoreCivic, one of the largest for profit prison companies, told Axios one of the few areas they lobby is for reentry programs at the state and federal level. Go deeper. By the numbers, U.S. incarceration and spending. The states where private prisons are thriving, ending cash bail. Prisons thrive on poverty. Yes, they do. Because if you are poor, you are pretty much stuck in the system. Even if you're innocent, you can't get yourself out. So, yes, they thrive on poverty. The war on drug anchors prison profit, except for the opioid plague. They don't want to mass incarcerate their people. Just during the crack epidemic, it was a crime. How companies profit from immigrant detention, how prison labor you benefit from. This is ridiculous, y'all. This is absolutely ridiculous. But these companies, they line up, and these are companies all held by very wealthy people that are profiting off of the misery of others. And they don't care. They don't care. Ladies and gentlemen, please tell me what you think. Profiting from prison, all of these companies making millions and billions of dollars. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. But I want to make one more point. The reason why this does not change is because your politicians and even your president have all kinds of stocks and money poured into this system so that they can make a lot of profit. If you notice, since the prison system has been around, they have done very little to nothing to correct the wrongs that are being done, especially to innocent people in there. If there weren't innocent people in there, we wouldn't hear about exonerations every year. And it's no telling how many people just actually die in there that never did any crime and never get exonerated. And look at how long it takes them. People are in there 30 and 40 years before they're released. You know how much free prison labor you got out of that person? See, this is why America loves and always will love slavery. Peace, family.